Hi friends, this is Brinda Kulkarni from Makers D. Today I am going to take the class on second PUC subject, that is computer science. So in computer science, the first unit is A. In this unit, so first chapter is configuration of computer. So in this configuration of computer, in your final exam question paper, so you will get 1 marks question and 3 marks question. First question is 1 marks question, that is from the first part of your question paper, and the third part of the question paper, that is 19th question, for 3 marks. Total from this chapter you are going to get the 4 marks, totally 4 marks from this chapter. So let us start the session with the definition of the computer. So what is a computer? Computer is an electronic machine which takes data and instructions from the input devices, processes that data according to the given instructions, and gives the output on the output devices such as monitor and the printer, and it helps in storage of data for further usage, and also whenever we want that, we are going to recall it from the storage area. So here that is the meaning of the computer. So here let us come to the terminology part. In this chapter we are going to use these terminology. In that, first one is hardware. Hardwares are the physical components of the computer which you are going to touch and feel. So hardwares are the physical components like keyboard, mouse, monitor, CPU, printer and speakers. These parts are called the component, that is hardware. Next come to the part software. So softwares are the set of instructions which are given to the computer to perform a particular task. Here let us have an algorithm, what type of instructions will be there and how we are going to give the commands to the computer and what will be the result of the computer which is given by the computer. So let us have it. Example, if A is greater than B, then these are the statements of the instructions given to the computer. If A is greater than B, output A, and else output B. What is the meaning of this? The computer should check which one is the bigger from this, and it should give the bigger number as the output. So let us have 5 as A and 10 as B. Now the computer understands to check between these two numbers, and it will check for the greater number. Then this sentence will not be okay here. Then it won't execute this one. This statement is skipped and the control is given to this, and else output B. So then the output is B, that is 10. So this will be the result. Here these data are given from the computer to the processor, and the processor processes this condition and gives the output on the monitor. So computer is an electronic machine which takes such data and instructions and processes it and gives the output on the output devices. So set of instructions form set of program. So together set of instructions become set of programs, because so many instructions get together to form a program, and so many programs get together to form software. So imagine like software as the brain of the computer and hardware are the organs of the computer. So the software tells the hardware what to do and how to do. So let's come to the third one, that is data. So data are the raw facts or unprocessed information given to the computer to process or to manipulate the data or to operate on the data. For example, here I am going to give 5 and 10 as data to the computer. So these two are now unprocessed data, and when we compare these two and the desired output is given as 10, and this is called as processed data or the information, but the unprocessed data is called as unprocessed facts, or the raw facts are called data. Now let's come to the point of user. So user are the people who interact with the computers. Me and you are the people who are going to use the computers. We are going to program the computers. So the people are called the user. Now discuss about block diagram of computers. So the block diagram is here. Block diagram consists of input unit, central processing unit, memory unit and output unit. The arrow shows the data flow here from here. This is the data flow, and the dotted line shows you the control flow. The dotted line shows you the control flow. Now let us study in detail about the input unit. So input unit is used to feed the data to the computer. So some of the input devices are readers, scanners, mouse and keyboard. Keyboard is the standard input unit and is used to convert the data human readable form to the machine readable form. In the sense, the English form is converted into the binary language, which is machine readable format. After input unit, let's have a look on the central processing unit. Listen, central processing unit is the brain and heart of the computer, and it has control unit, registers and arithmetic and logic unit. There are three parts in the central processing unit. So let us study one by one among these. The first one is arithmetic and logic unit. So this arithmetic and logic unit operations are, that is plus, minus, multiplication and division, power. All these arithmetic operations are done in this unit. Then logic units like or, and not. These are called logic operations. So these are logic operations, and the arithmetic operations are done by the arithmetic and logic unit. This is the main part where the calculations and every data is processed here only in this arithmetic and logic unit. So let's come to the control unit now. Control unit controls all the operations of the computer. So what should be taken, where should be it is stored, and what to do with the data, how to do with the data, and where it is stored. Every function is done by the control unit. Control unit has the access to the peripheral also. So this control unit have the access with the input devices, memory unit and also the output devices. So the brain is the control unit of the the brain is control unit. And now let's come to the registers. So these are the high speed temporary memory of the computer, or the scratch pad of the computer, where all the intermediate data are stored and erased. See here, let us have a sentence 2 plus 4 is equal to. So let us have this 2 and 4 are with this instruction also. Everything is stored here in the registers. After storing here, the data goes to the arithmetic and logic unit, and the arithmetic and logic units operates on this. It means it is these two numbers added here, and the result is obtained as 6. Again this 6 is stored in the registers only. After storing in the registers, the data goes to the memory unit. So registers are called scratch pads of the computer system, and these registers are very high speed memory and very temporary memory. After this is stored in the memory unit, the registers are erased. They are very short memories, in the sense like 8-bit memories. These are 8-bit memories. Let's discuss about the memory unit. So before processing the data which is input from the input unit is stored in the memory unit, and after the result is obtained from the central processing unit, the result is also stored in the memory unit. So memory unit is the space where the data, documents, everything from the computer is stored. Here there are two types of memory. One is primary memory and secondary memory. So primary memory is also called internal memory, and the secondary memory is also called external memory. So primary memory is, for example, primary memories are RAM and ROM. These two are the primary memories, and the central processing unit accesses only the primary memory but not the secondary memory. So everything which is stored in the secondary memory, if the CPU wants to process it again, the data is transferred to primary memory first, and then the central processing unit access the primary memory and gets it for the purpose of execution. So CPU can access only primary memory. So primary memories are random access memory and read-only memory. So now we come to the point of secondary memory, secondary storage, which is also called external storage. So external storage is a permanent storage which is your hard disk, that is magnetic disks and magnetic tapes, floppy disks, your that is compact disks, everything will come under the secondary storage. Now let us come to the point of output unit. So this output unit provides the data and results obtained from the central processing unit. Here input unit converts the human readable form to the binary language or binary that is a machine format, and but the output unit converts the binary language format to the human readable format. In the sense, the reverse of input unit is output unit. So input unit converts the human readable form to machine understandable form, and the output unit converts machine understandable format to the English format or to the human readable format, and it is displayed or printed on output devices. So the result may be in the form of text, audio or video or images. So this text, image and video are shown or displayed on the monitor, and this audio part of the data is displayed on the speakers. Today in this class we discussed about the definition of the computers, then the terminologies which are used in this chapter, and the block diagram of the computer. In the next session we are going to take about the buses. What are buses and how they are worked, types of buses. We are going to study about those things. If you like this, share, subscribe and follow us.